Okay, and one thing I want to talk about for you is the difference between a lifestyle TV show on your local news channels or that news itself. These are completely different beasts, and you have to kind of craft your pitches differently according to who you're pitching and when they're pitching. So morning news, as you know, is a lot lighter. Sometimes they feature more lighter stories. Nothing is hard. Maybe they do live interviews. That's a great opportunity for clients, especially if they have an expertise. They can kind of show an example. They can cook something. They own a business that is trending right now in the news. It's a great opportunity for them to go and be featured on the news or do a Zoom interview. And when you're pitching them, you got to make sure it's very clear that it's for the morning show. So they're aware that an evening reporter or something won't have to create a news story out of it. And also, you want to direct incision your pitches directly to those executive producers, morning anchors, etc., etc. Now, when it comes time to lifestyle TV shows, that's usually on your NBC, ABC, whatever affiliate in the middle of the day, sometimes at 10 a.m., sometimes 11, sometimes noon. And what those are mostly paid. So those are paid advertising clients that go and get featured on these shows. So if you do have a budget for that, that's great. Usually it's a lot of money to get featured on those shows. Sometimes they will take clients or they will take people and tell their stories for free if it's really trending, if they're local, if they have some kind of connection to the community, but most likely you're going to go through the sales department when you want to be featured on those afternoon midday shows. All right, so let's get into it. How exactly to write these pitches for local television? The first thing is keep it short. You want to make sure it's as short as possible while getting the information you need out there, because reporters don't have much time, like you already know. So they kind of want to get the gist of what you're saying to them in the first few sentences. Press releases are not necessary when you're pitching to local TV news unless you want to add some more information that you can't really get across. You can attach a press release that offers a lot more information about the subject, the client, or anything they have to offer. One awesome way of gaining the attention of a reporter or a producer at a local TV station is the subject line. The subject line is key to grabbing their attention. So you want to make sure you craft this subject line with just as much intention as you do the body of the pitch. Okay, so here's an example of a subject line. In caps locks or in bold, interview / feature story. So you're going to show them that you're offering them an interview with someone, and it could be a feature story as well. And then you're going to put the description to follow. The example of the description would be local minority woman and entrepreneur creates free opportunity for teens after overcoming adversity herself. So you're explaining who it is, what she's offering, and why. All right, let's go over two more examples for different scenarios. So the bold or the caps locks in this one would be expert interview. So this could be a client who, like we were talking about before, maybe works for a cannabis company, can talk knowledgeably about what's happening in the local news. So expert interview in caps locks, and then you're going to do the description. Local cannabis expert weighs in on newest bill passed in the Colorado House, semicolon, what this means for consumers. So this is important to kind of explain to them how they can relate this to the people that they're broadcasting to, how the community is going to respond to this. So you want to make sure there's direct impact and it's not just fluff. And the last example would be this. Compelling story / video op. Now don't write out opportunity, too many words, too lengthy. They know what op is. So this would be compelling story in caps locks / video op. And then after that, like we talked about earlier, Orlando hot dog vendor donates, cap locks, all proceeds to local hospital after losing his own daughter to cancer. So you're telling them exactly what they're offering, that there's an opportunity for them to get video, and why he's doing this. That's all in a very short description in the subject line, and most likely they'll click it to see more details and contact you. Now, in all of these subjects, have you noticed that it's more about the story and less about the business or what they do or really what they offer? It's kind of a backstory. So you can talk about their business, maybe mention it in the body, but it's not something you want to put in the subject line at all. Okay, let's talk about the body of this pitch. So in the body of this pitch, you want to get to the point. You want to tell them who, what, and where. Who it is you're offering for an interview or who's going to be featured, what it is, what the event is, what the story is about, and where it's being located, or if it's just going to be a Zoom interview, if it's going to be a video opportunity. You want to have all those details in 1 to 2 sentences in the beginning of the pitch. The second part of the pitch, you want to go into detail about what you can offer them. So TV news, local TV news is a broadcast medium. They need things that people can watch, people can see, and people can visualize. That includes photos, that includes videos, audio files, anything you can offer them. Even if it's a few photos, you want to make sure that you put in there also available video files of so-and-so. We have photos available. We can get you an interview with X, Y, and Z as well. That can be in addition to the story. The more media, the easier it is for them to tell the story and for them to feature your client on their newscast. And the last thing is you want to make sure your client's prepared, because if you pitch this story in the beginning of the day, the reporter wants to follow through with it that day. They have to be available for an interview on a moment's notice. So just make sure all of your ducks are in a row before you pitch to local news. Might be a week from now, which would be great, give you more time to plan, but it's very possible they could want to do it that very day. So just make sure everything is ready to go. You're prepared, so you're not, running around looking for all the elements you need for this story. So I hope this helps you. I hope you are successful in pitching to local TV news, because it's definitely possible. And there are so many situations, so many clients that have great stories to tell. You just have to make sure you kind of craft it in a nice way and easy way for reporters to understand, get the point across, so they want to take it on and they think they can accomplish that in one day's time, because reporters have to get things done in just a few hours. So the easier you make it for them, the better. And good luck, guys. It's really not as daunting as it seems. If you need anything, you can just contact me directly.